I think it probably just depends on the role
Mm.
and the company you're interviewing with. If you're joining like a 10-person company, collaboration is huge because, there's only
Yeah.
9 other people there. And whatever you do is going to influence all of them. If you're joining a big company, they're probably much more concerned about individual capabilities. You're going to be given a task to accomplish, and then that's going to be fed to, some other person, some other team. They have a lot of their requirements, expectations, processes already, pretty defined. So yeah, I think it depends.
So I think that medicine is very different from engineering, both as a field and also in the way that medical education is set up. I think engineering allows its students, even as undergrads, to be like very creative. And I think that a lot of the education is structured in a very project-based way where one student's experience of engineering might be totally different than someone else who goes through the same curriculum. Whereas I think with medicine, it's a lot more structured where everyone kind of goes through the same classes and we're learning the same material. It's very focused on kind of learning material and less on specific projects for the kind of classes part of med school, which is the initial part. I think that part was a lot harder for me than I thought it would be, just because I was so unused to that kind of learning and having to just absorb so much information in such a short period of time. I really enjoyed the latter part of med school a lot more, which is the actual practical patient care portion of it. And I think that part has been much more similar to engineering in a lot of ways in terms of being very hands-on and allowing for creativity. So I think that in this kind of current part of med school I'm in, I just finished all of my core clerkships, which means that I rotated through all of the major departments of the hospital that all medical students have to rotate through, like psychiatry and internal medicine and surgery, among others. And I think that even though that part is also somewhat structured where everyone technically takes the same rotations, each person's experience of those rotations is totally different based on kind of what kinds of things people enjoy doing, and also based on somewhat arbitrary factors like what team you happen to get placed on, what patients you happen to have while you're on that team. And so it's been interesting to see, I guess, how uniform the first part was compared to what I was used to. And then in contrary, like how subjective and individual the second part has been so far.